Hi, you guys. I am Michelle Welch, the really serious one who cares. Oh my gosh. Way too much what you think.
And I am the Roger Welch, the one that I don't really give a damn what you think. Not so serious, I guess. So what's up today, Michelle? Since you totally butchered that.
Yeah, well, we've just been talking about how our intro kind of sucks. So, hi, you guys. We have with us today. Thanks for dropping by. We have
Absolutely.
Kate, and her new last name is Carrasco.
Yeah.
And we had the privilege, Roger and I did,
Yeah.
a huge privilege of performing the ceremony when Michael and Kate got married not too long ago. And speaking of really screwing things up, Roger screwed up the most important part of the wedding. What do y'all think is the most?
Fault.
Okay, the most important part of a wedding is what? Right? The kiss.
Showing up.
The kiss. Yes.
Kiss. What else is the most important part? I mean, when you go to wedding, what are you waiting for, you guys? You're waiting for Mr. and Mrs.
The announcement.
The announcement, right?
It was Michelle's fault.
So
Do you know how much she drilled me that? And know that when Michael showed up, she dragged him over there. Michael, now say it again. Say it one more time. I was like, what the hell? I'm gonna see it like right
the grandma,
here.
one of the grandmothers told us how they said, just remember it sounds like Costco. So we went over it several times, and then the big moment comes, the really, really big moment comes, and Roger says, I'd like to introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. Carrasco. And everybody.
Which still sounds like Costco.
It's close.
In your defense.
Oh, you're just sweet. So then, of course, Kate.
We should have had him take your last name.
And then that would have been true. And so then I jokingly I said, well, okay, Carrasco family, and I said it correctly. Right. You guys can all blame Roger for that. And I thought Michael's dad might be over there and just pull out a gun and shoot you or something. He was nice.
Like,
Stuff. He was really pretty fun. Carrasco, get that right.
He texted me Michael texted me the other day the picture with him. He's
Yes.
He was
That's the best
because
picture
you
of all
look so
time.
beautiful.
It was. He just looks like a little boy during Christmas, right? Like when you're about to open up all those presents, and that is one of the sweetest pictures that we've captured from our wedding. I love it.
It really was. There were a lot of really special moments. You looked beautiful. It was very fairy tale, very fairy tale wedding.
I like the whole everything. I mean, it's just you had the water behind, the flowers coming up.
Well, apparently,
everything.
One of your relatives told us that during I think it might have been your mom who told us that during the ceremony, like 2 cranes or something, 2 birds flew by.
Yeah, that's what someone told. A lot of people came up to us afterwards and said, oh my gosh, right when we were saying our vows. So I don't know if it was the traditional vows or the vows that we wrote, but then 2 cranes flew over the water and I guess landed behind us. So that was,
I mean, cool.
What a beautiful.
That gave me chills.
Yeah, what a beautiful, I don't know. We were so thankful that you guys did our ceremony, and it could not have been more perfect.
We're so glad we did.
And some of the thing that Michael has said over and over again is the imperfections are what make things perfect. And honestly, and that's something that we'll be able to remember for the rest of our lives, right? It's funny, we're laughing about it now.
But I got the hand tied down pat.
He did.
I had that on point.
So I don't know if you know.
That was really cool.
That can go very wrong.
Yes.
Hand fasting is what we're talking about.
Yes.
And that can go, and what you didn't know. So tell her what she didn't know. Now we can tell her.
Well, thank you for saving me from any more anxiety wedding planning.
We wouldn't want to give you anxiety. So tell.
Which part?
The flower girls.
Oh, the flower. I had it all laid out because I had the barrel. So I had it all laid out, and I had I had them all folded just perfect. So all I had to do was turn, reach, wrap, pull.
Right.
The flower girls decided to play with the ribbon.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, but
But he
blame
fixed
them.
it
It was
before.
Yeah.
really pretty.
Oh, no, they were really pretty. And it was kind of windy. And we
Yeah.
were enjoying
Yeah.
the music beforehand. The girls were so good that you had, playing.
Yeah.
And
Danny and Chris, they're amazing. They're one of our favorite bands, local bands here in Dallas.
Yeah.
Love them.
I got their card, but I lost it. So I may need to get that from you guys again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because so Michael works at is it Mercy? How do you
Mercy.
Mercy.
Mercy,
Wine
not
Bar.
Mercy.
So Mercy, it's from Pretty Woman, the song, and at the end he goes Mercy, and that is how they got their name. So
That's cool.
Okay.
yeah,
All right, and then so Kate also, you guys, is the founder of a Facebook group that has just taken off. Like it's hugely successful, and it's the Gray Witches Facebook group.
yeah.
So
Yeah, we started it like 7 months ago. My cousin and I both are. I guess we consider ourselves gray witches, and because we think balance is really important in life. As is nature. There's light and there's dark, and so that's kind of the path that I follow. And there's not really, or there wasn't a good group for that space, for that community. A lot of the groups that you go into are either just for reading or divination posts, things like that. And then some other groups are just very, very light, and that's fine if that's, what people like. I do not follow the rule of 3 or the read, anything like that. And so we kind of were searching, and one of my Facebook friends had told me, like, well, why don't you just make your own group? And I was like, oh, what? Why would I do that? But I messaged my cousin, and I was like, all right, do you want to jump in and do this with me? And she's like, absolutely. And we have it's pretty structured, we have,
Yeah, it is.
We have some structured rules, and you can't do whatever you want, but we've kind of structured it over another group that we know is really successful called Houseplant Hobbyists. And one of my mentors, the admin of that page, mentored me and said, you need to make your own group. You can do it. And so we structured everything like that group, and 7 months later, we're almost at 30,000 members.
Yeah.
Wow.
So amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very, very exciting. Something that I never thought
Yeah.
I would be doing or running, but love it nonetheless. So
Good. Congratulations. Was your
Thank you.
cousin in that wedding? In the wedding, or was
she
there?
just had a baby.
Oh, okay.
So literally, when did she have Oliver? She had him a week ago, and so she was 2 pregnant. She lives in Las Vegas, so hi Casey, if you're on watching us. But so she wasn't able to fly, right? But her sister Taylor was one of my bridesmaids.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah. Well, they were all beautiful. Everybody, it was a beautiful, beautiful wedding. Well, tonight we're going to. So thank you for coming on.
Of course.
And just stopping by and joining
Yeah.
us. And
Wouldn't miss it.
so tonight we're going to talk about things that scare us, things that don't scare us. I did a little poll, and I didn't check it at the end of the day, but it was just a kind of an impromptu poll with 2 little memes on it. Those polls are hard to do. They used to, you could do a poll. I guess it's a survey. That just hit me. That's what it is. You can do a survey, but when you do a poll, it's just like this or that.
Yep.
Right. And so we did a clown. I put, does this an it or a place? And place is 1. The haunted house thing
The haunted
was
houses.
like 80 to 20% last time. It might have
Both
changed
are
a little
scary.
bit. Yeah. Both are scary. Not much scares me, I'm going to say. I got scared a lot when I was little. And I've talked about that before on the show because I couldn't sleep, and I heard, there was a lot of spirit activity with me and all that kind of stuff. So my parents gave me almost every scary thing that you can get.
Right.
I don't know if you've heard this, but I had what was the Annabelle?
The Annabelle doll.
Annabelle doll was a
which
big,
is an old Raggedy Ann doll, right?
huge.
She had the life-size
I had one
one.
of those. I had,
Oh, it gets better.
I had a
Oh, but
ventriloquist
it's better.
dummy. The dummy, the one that looks freaky, not
I
like
forget what his
Chucky,
name.
but the other one.
Is it Charlie or something? Like that?
Something.
I think it's
And then I
Charlie.
had a clown that hung, and then I had
No.
every
Right?
a life-size bear, every single thing. you
Anything.
could- They were trying to get me, to
Yeah, that's the way
not
to do
be,
it.
but every single thing that is the subject of scary movies, I
Yeah.
had. So not I would get scared when I was little, and at some point it flipped. And I don't know when it flipped, and not much at all now. Like, will scare me. Things can startle me. Like, if, you know, if
Sure.
I move like a rock and then there's a bug there, it'll startle me. But
Sure.
if I know it's there, it's not going to startle me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what scares you?
Nothing. I've seen spirits my whole life, so that stuff doesn't bother me.
But, like, does anything scare you? Like, and there's a difference, you guys. I looked it up because, you know, me and my little...
No, I was
be
looking
all
through this magazine, and I was
analytical.
trying to plan our vacation of which one of these I wanted to go to.
That's what we're doing our vacation around?
Yeah, I thought that'd be fun.
A haunted hotel.
Okay.
Yeah. World's scariest places. That's
Michelle
what I was trying to figure out.
Michelle is
what we
not
wanted to
here
do.
for that.
Joy. But you know, there can be like fears. Fear's something that like might startle you. A phobia is like an ongoing thing. And an anxiety, a phobia is even stronger than anxiety, but an anxiety is something like that's ongoing.
Well-
So we're talking about something that
okay.
just, you know, that just scares us, and it may give us anxiety or maybe a phobia, but it could be something that just scares us. Like,
Like-
you know, like who? Laura Pace.
Oh God, she's scared of everything.
A friend of ours, she reads here, and if you just do this, she's like, ah!
If you walk up behind her or beside her, she jumps.
You
Like,
don't even have to say anything.
You don't have to say
She
anything. Just walk up. It scares the shit out of
She,
her.
yeah, she's just. All right. So what things did you bring that you think are scary?
Oh,
Or
well-
other people think are scary.
Well, I found this magazine. This was at the grocery store, and you can notice Loki got a hold of the corner down there. World's scariest places. It has to be true, guys, because this is from the National Enquirer.
Oh Jesus!
But look, right when you open the very first page up,
Well,
it's all the little dolls on the thing. But what I did mark in it that I thought was kind of cool was this first one here is actually the suicide forest in Japan. Have you heard of this?
I have, but it's really beautiful in that picture.
that's
Right?
So
gorgeous.
gorgeous.
But people go there to kill themselves. They
Well, that's
find
just
bodies
sad,
there all
though.
the time.
Really
That's not-
peaceful.
So that actually made the list.
Maybe
Yes.
that's why.
Yeah.
There must be a lot of
Yeah.
spirits there, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
yeah.
maybe haven't crossed.
So I'm not sure how scary that would be.
It's sad to me.
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah. The other I found in here, I marked Snake Island.
You're not.
See,
That could do it for me. That now.
Yeah.
there are actually is 25 miles of coast off the coast of Brazil is where this is, and there is the largest concentration of venomous snakes anywhere in the world.
We'll drop you off there. I'm
Okay.
not going.
Yeah.
So that's a no for vacation.
if they weren't poisonous, I would be all about that. You know, like I think snakes are very beautiful and
This one's
very
kind of cute.
super
See,
great.
look,
It's
kinda
a
cute.
great picture. I think it's gorgeous.
Kinda
But
cute.
venomous, no thanks.
no, I mean, why take a chance?
I don't want to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the whole thing about snakes, you know, is a lot of people are raised with that whole misconception about snakes. I do see them about transformation and stuff, but it also for me goes back to East Texas. They're being in Longview, playing outside, and they're being water moccasins, they're being rattlesnakes,
cottonheads,
and you could
copperheads,
all of a sudden that
cottonmouths.
startle thing,
Right.
You know, where all of a sudden. Oh
You
my
mean
God,
like when you
there's
glance
one
down and you
looking at
stand and you're standing on top of it?
You're standing, yeah. That's,
I've done that more times than because be out in the woods and
Yep.
glance down and the cottonmouth is going like this at you.
When I was walking our dog Dozer one time, and back when we lived in Addison at our apartment, and it was like just getting to dusk, and I looked over, and I mean this snake had to be at least 4 to 5 feet, and it was huge,
Yeah.
and so I was startled because it was like woo,
Yeah.
and I couldn't really see it because it was getting dark, but I think if it was like, I don't know, like in a cage or something,
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh my gosh, that's a beautiful creature. So I don't know if there's a difference there.
I think
like,
there is.
If there's something, I get startled outside because it's like, oh, I don't want it to bite me or my dog, right?
Or you're not
But
expecting it.
Yeah, but I'm not like afraid of
Yep.
snakes. Does that
It's
make
not
sense?
because it's a snake.
Right.
Anything that might, like, if there was something, a huge, big, whatever, it might.
If it was a
go-
raccoon, I would have been afraid
Yeah.
too,
Yeah, yeah,
right? Because
because
like,
it's
whoa, like what, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just not expecting to see it right then and there.
Right,
Yeah, that's
exactly.
what I think. What's that?
All right, so this one, I think this would be the winner for the vacation, though. This is the catacombs in Paris, France. Now, this kind of falls back to that death thing we were talking about a couple of weeks ago with Thomas. because this is where like all the bones, the skulls, and everything are in the catacombs underneath the city.
So we had a show with for you guys, if y'all want to listen to the podcast with Tomas Prower. He's a mortician, and he wrote Queer Magic, Morbid Magic, and Santa Muerte. I can't remember the full name of the book. He's written 3 books, and they're all very, very good.
Okay.
He was very interesting, and that was really interesting having him on. And what was he saying about it?
Well, he wasn't talking about this one,
Okay.
but I was just saying, it kind of follows because this whole area is stacked with bones, thousands and thousands of bones, skulls of the dead.
It's more
And
macabre.
it is under the city.
Yeah.
Be kind of cool.
Yeah.
No?
Cool. Not scary, really.
I didn't say it was
Okay.
scary.
Well, the
Not
show's
scary,
on
but-
scary.
Supposedly they're all supposed to. I guarantee you, somebody out there is scared of that though.
Oh, maybe.
Well, I didn't mark this one, but this is the one.
Shannon Tate.
Yep, that's her house. That's just where
Do
evil
it where-
strikes. I
yeah.
mean,
There. Yeah.
it's not that it's scary. I mean, it's just some bad stuff happened there, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or I like this one, Vlad the Impaler's Tower. Vlad
Vlad. But what
is
country was
Count
that?
Dracula.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Basically, is where all that's based off of. It actually, even though this page shows it in here, another spot it shows the woods, but he basically his enemies he speared them, took a stake through their body, put them out, put their heads on stakes to scare away the enemies.
Oh, yeah.
I watched that movie the other night.
Mm.
This one I have been to is St. Louis Cemetery number 1. Not scary, guys. I'm not scared of cemeteries. Love cemeteries.
Yep.
I love them too.
They're
I
very
don't know.
peaceful.
Yeah,
I think
I
so
don't know why
too.
people are scared of cemeteries, but this one was very cool. All the cemeteries down there are cool, though. I love going and doing the tours and walk through them.
So one thing I think that people might be afraid of is, I kind of break it into, for me, do I think it is real, or do I think it's just something so ridiculous? There's some things like the horror slasher movies that I'm just like, oh, whatever. That's just like gross. Am I eating spaghetti while they're showing that? Because I'd rather not be.
Right.
There's guts. Oh, great. I mean, spaghetti. And then I'm like, oh, good. That's a good way to not eat the rest of my spaghetti. But, right? I mean, seriously, but it's like, oh, it doesn't bother me or anything like that. But things that, like, I was watching a show last night, I could not sleep. And so I watched, supposedly, allegedly, the most scary movie.
That Veronica?
The Veronica.
They said it was one of the scariest movies because of being based off of true events. So it was in Mexico, right?
I think it was Mexico. It wasn't Spain, right? I think
No,
it
it
was
wasn't
Mexico.
Spain.
And it's about a 15-year-old girl that becomes possessed because it's based on true events, and it's based on the investigator's report of his notes. And there was the music. There was some bit of. I can tell you because I do believe in a lot of that. I mean, I've experienced things. You can call. I don't know how I label it, but I do believe in polarity. And so I've experienced things a lot, especially when I was younger, that scared me. So there's some times when I start. I may not put the same label on it that I used to when I was younger, or the way I grew up, but it's just a different, frequency or vibration. And I definitely last night at some point I was just like, okay, I could feel this, and especially when they've got kids involved, like little kids. And there was a little kid that looked just like one of my kids, except for he had a different color hair. He had like a wonky eye because one of my kids had a
wonky eye.
Well, yeah, it's fixed now, but he did.
eye.
He had a little wonky eye, and
Sorry.
and so.
Sorry, Trev.
So he did, though. It was cute, and you just wanted to protect him, and like, so that's to me. And I find things like on the It show, that clown did not scare me at all. But at the beginning of that show, these guys are beating up a gay guy,
Yeah.
and I almost walked out. I almost walked out of the movie theater.
I think the biggest things for why clowns scare me isn't because it's a clown. Like, I read the book It when I was probably 14 or 15. So that book scared me more than an actual clown, right? Just because of your imagination. You can scare yourself more than just looking at a picture of a clown or whatever. But I think what scares me most about clowns, and I'm sorry, but is people that dress up like clowns.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that was a couple of years ago, and people were just randomly showing up like a clown.
yes, like, and I think that that's what worries, like, it just worries me and kind of creeps me out. I'm like, why would you do that?
Why?
I don't like that.
Why?
Yeah.
Why are you dressing up like the clown?
Yeah.
Well,
so,
first of all, you got to be careful. People carry guns. Just saying.
Yep.
Are we?
I
Are we
may or
getting
may
into
not
the
know
gun
somebody.
Control topic?
I may or may not know
Great.
some of those people.
Yeah.
Sitting here at this table.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly.
It's Texas, y'all.
Yep.
It's Texas, y'all. All right. So what else?
All right, so the other was haunted places, and we did talk about this, right? This one popped up. This is like on the second page, which was Salem. I have not been to Salem, believe it or not. I would like to go to Salem.
So have you been?
I have not.
So
I'd
I'm
love to go.
curious how, from the listeners, how commercialized it is.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to know. Like, is it worth going, or is it just so commercialized now and touristy that it's
I don't know if I would find it scary though.
interesting?
Interesting.
Yeah.
And that's why I would like to go. The one though that I do think, the Winchester Mystery House. Do you know about this one? Okay. So you know what the Winchester gun is.
Uh-huh.
So her, well, let's see, grandfather was the inventor of the Winchester repeater rifle, which killed a lot of people. So she was terrified of ghosts, and so she built this house so she could travel around the house and would not be attacked by ghosts or spirits.
Okay.
So there are like stairs that go up to a door, and you open the door, and there's nothing there. Or you can walk down a hallway and there's a door and you can't go through it. It's like crazy.
It's just stupid.
It's like crazy stuff.
I would
all
just be
through it.
mad.
So
Like,
I think
you
this would
forget
be.
which
I
hallway
think
you're
this would
going
be
up
cool.
and be like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh
have
shit! I went to the
darn
wrong
it,
room. I went to
damn.
go to the bathroom.
What does she think she's going to confuse the ghost?
So, but a psychic told her the only way to atone for them was to build a house for the spirits.
Oh Lord, help her.
So that's what
So
she
she
did.
listened to the psychic.
The bad psychic.
Bad. Okay, these are the psychics
Yeah.
who give us a bad name.
And it took
Yeah.
38 years to build. Yeah.
Carla said in regards to Salem, my sister and niece love it, and we go repeatedly, almost annually. Oh, I
Oh.
haven't. They go repeatedly.
What time of year? Because I've been to Boston a lot. Tyler went to the Boston Conservatory, my oldest son. So I love Boston. But I've never, because I know it's a little ways. It's a little jaunt to go. It's a little jaunt.
A little jaunt.
A little jaunt
Little
to go over to Salem or up or around or
Mm-hmm.
it's like an hour and a half or two, isn't it?
I've read a lot of comments from the members of my group. They love Salem.
Okay.
Just going there to, I think it's mostly experiencing like the history
Yeah.
behind it, right?
Right.
And I think that's why people like going, not
Yeah.
because I wouldn't find it spooky, I
No.
mean, or anything like that, but I think it draws.
They can connect to the history
Yeah,
because
exactly.
of
So
their
I think-
heritage. Or,
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I think people like it because it's interesting and
Yeah. I think I
learn
would too.
history behind it.
So this would be what are we giving away tonight?
Oh yeah, we're to the giveaway point.
Well, we're not to the
why
giveaway
is
point,
it-
but I've got a great giveaway question that people are going to have to answer.
Here's what I want to know. Why do we have to always decide on the air what we're
Well, I
giving
assumed
away?
that Erica already figured that out.
We're never organized enough to know what we're giving away. It's like 15 minutes of the show is dedicated to figuring out what we're
I'll tell
giving
you
away.
what. Whoever gets this one right, I'll actually do an aura photography session for them.
Ooh.
Okay. What if
You
they
don't
live out of
qualify.
town?
You have to come to the store.
So
Sorry.
they're just, if they live out of town, they can't play?
Okay, come up with something else then.
Okay, so you can get an aura, or you have a choice. If you live here, it's an aura. You don't get a choice. If you live here, you come into the store and you see us. So it's an aura photography. If you live
Love
out of
that.
town, I will give you a
15-minute reading?
15-minute reading over the phone.
That's perfect.
That's awesome.
All right, so you ready?
And that's a
What-
big one because I don't do 15-minute readings anymore.
That's
Remember,
really cool.
don't yell the answer out to this, guys. But this house is famous. If you can see this house is famous.
If you Google,
And you
you're
have
cheating.
to. You keep. Well, this would be hard to Google. So you've got to tell us where this house is famous from. And if y'all aren't fast on
Where
this
it's
one,
famous from.
y'all need to watch more shows.
Well, that's not just that easy one, is it? It's not just like,
Do you know
Amityville
what it is?
Horror, is it? Oh, did I? That's so easy. That was the answer?
Obviously, it wasn't that easy, or you wouldn't have said it when I said, "Do not say it."
Carla Nichols actually said it at the same time as Michelle. So.
So, way to go, Carla.
I'm just thinking
We
you
have a
never
winner.
make it that easy.
LaDaria was also very close, so there were people chiming in at the same time.
That's just so, seriously, that is like beyond easy. That,
Oh my
Would it have
god.
been easier if I said, "Hey,
But
if you
that
could
was-
tell us where this place is,
that was
That
a
was
really good
amazing,
What's on the
though.
back? What's that on the back?
your bed."
No, that.
Oh,
What is?
you're gonna be sleeping there tonight. It's like,
the-
don't say
in the
where this
coffin?
is. Don't say where this is, and
It's
first thing out
obvious.
of your mouth.
When Michelle,
Obviously
gets
now.
in,
Alright.
when Michelle gets in trouble, she sleeps in the coffin and not the couch.
Hey,
You're back. You're like, okay.
he
Well.
sleeps there all the time, right?
Carla did say in the fall, lots of neat shops, historical buildings.
Okay, yeah, it's
Very
beautiful
cool.
in the fall. Thank you. I didn't know if it'd be fall or spring. Fall makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So I can't believe it. That was so easy. It was like, surely you wouldn't say Amityville Horror. I mean,
Well, I
like,
just thought
come
it was
on.
a
That's
good
like
one.
basic horror 101. Right?
Right?
Yeah,
Did
but-
we warn you that this is like the most? We don't try to be newscasters on this show. I
No,
didn't
it's great.
Yeah.
I love it. I've
been on those
watched
shows
this
before.
and yeah, no, it's super fun.
Yeah,
so.
we are not about that because
Well-
I was like, I'm not doing another one of those boring shows.
So all for the
No, no
last.
offense to the people that how we did it.
Yeah,
That was really rude. Okay.
yeah.
Oh, cool, Roger. What are
Ooh.
those?
So actually, I found so for the last 3 or 4 weeks, people have been calling and texting me, "Hey, do you know a haunted house I can go to? Real or fake?
Ours.
Which one?
Real or fake? Are
It's
you
called the
talking
Welch
about?
household.
I mean, do you want to see real spirits or somebody dressed up scary like ish?
Not the second one.
Ish, I said. I mean, the last one we went to, there were guys in gully suits, gully hunting suits.
Yeah.
Laying down in the woods, and you walk through, they hop up, boo!
Finally, by the end, I was like, if you touch me.
Okay, well, I have to know because one of my friends that helps, again, with the Grey Witches, she helps mod, and she loves haunted houses. And she lives in Pennsylvania, and the people can touch you during the haunted house. So tell me, in Dallas, because I don't go to them,
supposed
they
to.
freak me out.
I don't think they're supposed
Can
to.
they touch you?
No.
No. And when I
No.
lived in Tennessee, they couldn't touch you either because there were some really cool places there.
I don't know
Okay.
that it's a criminal law.
Yeah.
It's just a liability
Just not like a
law,
good
'cause you're gonna
guideline.
get- you're gonna
Well,
get sued.
not only
The
that,
one that
you're going to
kidnapped
get
me for, like,
punched.
24 hours.
Okay,
Yeah.
what?
That's somewhere in New York or something where you stay
No.
for hours and you're alone.
Absolutely
and they torture
not.
you.
That's
Yeah.
sounds
Like,
horrible.
That's S&M or something.
No. But she was
No.
saying last weekend she went to a haunted house with her boyfriend and they were holding hands, right? Alyssa and Kyle were holding hands at the haunted house, and she said one of the guys came up to them and said no and took her down a hallway. I would have died.
No.
Absolutely freaking
No.
not. Absolutely not. And she said she was laughing, like after the guy checked in with her and said, "Hey, are you okay?" And she's like, "Yep." And he goes, "Okay, good. I wanted to scare him," her boyfriend, right? And so then he led her around to go pop out at her boyfriend later to scare him. And I was like, I would have died. I would have had a heart attack, or I would have punched someone
Yeah, I would have
to be like, "Don't you touch me!"
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna fight someone.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I can't do that. That is one of the things that.
It's like a trigger.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, don't touch me. I don't want to be like scared like that. But historical haunted stuff,
This is
I'm all
the-
about that. That would
yeah.
be super fun.
So I like this one's actually all based in Dallas. The author is Rita Cook. I'm not sure if we know her or not. And this one's in Plano. I did not know there was that many places in Plano, but I guess,
Now I've
Somebody
got it.
Jacobs.
yeah.
Mary
Mary Jacobs. But
Plano.
there are some pretty cool places in here. I mean, it's mostly like hotels, restaurants, things like that. I don't know. Do they? You know, the Goatman Bridge is always good to go to. Michelle hates it out there, but
It's gross.
it's because the last time we were out there was a possum dying.
It was an armadillo.
Armadillo, not a
It
possum,
had
armadillo.
green flies all over it. It was
Yeah.
just sad. It was just really sad. And I mean, it was death. It was pestilence.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah,
question it's
straight up.
pestilence out
That's what
there.
it was.
I mean, so
But this doesn't show it shows some stuff down like Waxahachie. Oh, and I picked these books up at Sam's. Honestly, I was buying stuff. I was buying stuff for the
that's
store,
good to know.
and I just picked them up at Sam's. They're $13 a piece. But yeah, I mean, it's just McKinney's in here. I love the downtown area of McKinney. I tell a lot of people to go down do the ghost tour stuff when they're doing that because it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
It's
did the
easy.
Louisville? Didn't.
Denton.
We did the Denton
one.
She's a storyteller. The
Yep.
lady who does that, she takes she calls herself a storyteller, and it's a little long, but was good. We did that for a friend's birthday.
So they have White Rock Lake in here, the Lady of the Lake. They have Snuffers Restaurant. You ever go to that Snuffers?
Yes.
But
I
they
know
tore it
exactly
down.
where that is.
But they tore it
Yeah.
down now. It's something. It's like some Mexican restaurant now.
Well, Lake Highlands High School supposedly.
Is that the one down South Dallas where you see the blue orbs flying through it at night? There's one of them in
That's
South.
the Omni Hotel,
No. It's a high school.
where they changed the lights. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. It's the Omni Hotel is what I'm talking about.
Did you know they had to change that Omni because when they first opened it,
Well, no,
people
why?
you could see
see
people
through, right?
like taking showers and baths and stuff like that. Every time they do the
Which
strobing
architect
lights.
didn't think of that? Like, come on.
Maybe they did. That's another
Oh,
show, the
yes.
erotica show.
Well, we're not going down there because there's some gross people down there.
And where down where? At the what? At the Omni?
I'm sure, yeah.
It's a nice hotel. That's a nice hotel. I don't
Okay.
know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Okay. What else you got?
Okay. No, there really is. There's a high school down in South Dallas. I think it's an empty school now. They don't actually use it, but it's 2 or 3 floors, and there's blue lights. You know, like remember the old computers? They had that blue glow to them.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what they thought for the longest. It was, somebody left the computers on. Somebody left the computers on. And that's not what it is. Because they went in to check. There's no computers on that. There were no computers even on the floor, much less just on. So there's blue,
what was it?
just blue orbs. You can stand outside. You can watch them going through the hotel
That's
or
not-
through the
it's
floors.
Omni.
That's not the.
It's
okay.
a reflection.
I'm kidding.
What is it?
Yeah, reflection
no, I
from
was talking
Oak
about a
Cliff,
high
from
school
down
where-
to Oak Cliff.
I was talking about I think it was Lake Highlands High School where I think it was a theater student, female, hung herself from the rafters in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's one of the. And then the one in Plano at the ranch, where is it the Brinker? Where he built the
that's
house
no,
for
that's in
her.
Frisco.
Well, and he built the house for his
Oh,
wife.
you go out
and
there
then-
and watch because it's all steel frame, so it's still standing. It's just basically those studs. You know, you have the floor,
Yeah.
and you'll see her walk around up on the top floor.
You can.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
neat.
Now I don't
can
know
walk.
if we can get close enough to it.
We
though.
did one time though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's that at again?
Main Street, Frisco, going out. It's in the Main and Preston on the northeast corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do we
Very
need
all the
do
all
we need to
the-
get to our memes?
We
Or
have
do you
memes.
more? Do you have more? I do.
There's all
some-
types of cool stuff in
Okay,
here.
well we can show some funny
Oh,
memes.
did you know the Dallas Arboretum's haunted?
No, what's haunted about it?
What?
I don't know. Let's go out there and see.
I love the Dallas Arboretum.
It is so gorgeous.
Well, I mean, they do have some standing structures and things like that. They have a house that has been there forever, and I mean, it's really old. And so I don't know
And
if
during the fall, the Dallas Arboretum is so pretty. We're going there this weekend, babe, date night.
Even if you
But-
didn't know.
Yeah.
Y'all you've been having
it's
date nights. I've seen it.
gorgeous.
Smart.
Yeah,
It's
no,
good.
it is so pretty there. So
I
now I have to go look for the the haunted stuff there too.
Yeah,
That's
I'll have to
fun.
read whatever this book says. Here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So these were at Sam's.
Yeah,
These are good
they're
little books
Sam's.
to pick
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice little book for your kids to scare them.
Read them for bedtime stories.
Yeah. All right, so we've got this little meme.
Wait, we got memes. What are we looking at?
That you want to read it?
That look on your face when someone says they don't like horror movies.
I'd only put that one because it's not really funny, but I kind of thought, and we'll just spend 2 seconds on it. There's this whole thing within our, light worker circle or whatever. I didn't mean that rude to say it like that, but some people will be like, I never go to horror movies, and a lot of empaths can't. They can't handle it. They
Right.
it hurts their spirit. It hurts their soul. I'm not making fun of you. A good friend of mine, Arwen, who's been on the show, she's like, I will not go, period. And so I respect that. They just don't bother me. I mean, unless they're hurting a kid, they just or an animal. But even with that, I'm going, oh, that's makeup. They're not really doing that.
Well-
we went to a show one time and we would laugh through the whole thing, and people were mad
Okay,
at us.
I'm one of those people. I would be bawling
You-
and being like, "Oh my gosh, what's happening?" Or like holding onto Michael so
Yeah.
tightly that he would be like, "Get off of me. We're not going to this." But I can't. It's sad.
It hurts your
Michelle.
soul. I know. And I told y'all all that stuff used to
So-
bother me. And now everybody's going to think I'm this horrible person with no other stuff bothers me. If somebody's
Of
being
course,
picked
yeah.
on, if
Yeah.
you pick on somebody, boy, like bully somebody, I'm going to, But like we were at this one movie.
It was Cabin in the Woods.
Haven't seen it.
Cabin
it
in
was
the
hilarious.
Woods.
It was hilarious.
And people are like jumping and
They were screaming
okay.
and
We may have had dinner before.
we may or may have not had
We may or may not have
couple of
actually had
spirits.
Some
dinner.
wine or some martinis.
Vodka.
Got
This
it.
was like-
dinner.
a while
And so,
back.
so we were sitting there and something happens and we're laughing and we finally had to leave. We were laughing so hard and everybody was getting mad
They
because
were
we were
mad
laughing.
at us because we were laughing through the whole
I'm-
thing.
and the thing is I've heard how scary that movie is, and I've tried to watch it twice. Since then.
Yeah.
I have not made it through it because it's just
Because
not
you just like
scary,
cracks
and
you
I
up and
start
you're like,
laughing.
what? And I think some of those I crack up and it's super fun. But I don't know which one that I watched recently that I was like, I hate this.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
understand.
mostly like the gory murder
Yeah.
stuff. I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
I don't want it in my head. But the kind of like suspense, like The Ring, I watched that and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like funny, silly stuff. Same thing where I
Yeah.
watch. I'm like,
Last night I watched Eli. I was on Netflix. Watch that one.
It's a
Okay.
demon one, so whatever. All right.
Give away the plot to everything. People are
Oh,
going. You're
that
going.
was the ending.
You're getting hate mail. Oh my God! They just said they hate Michelle.
I forgot that was the twist. Okay. Well,
Actually,
now y'all don't need to watch
first
it.
of all, y'all watch it because that's not exactly the twist.
Okay, so here we go. A baby's laughter is the best thing in the world, unless it's 3 a.m. and you're alone in your home and you don't have a baby in your home.
ooh,
Now that is creepy
that would be creepy.
because baby spirits are scary. There you go.
Did y'all ever have
Scary.
that? You ever had that box, the laughing box, that was in a
we
bag?
did.
I hated when that thing would go off in the middle of the night, though.
There was another kind of box that my brother had that was really rude.
No.
You know, that makes
What?
sounds.
Oh, he had a fart box.
The fart machine.
Here, I'm not going to say.
Fart machine.
All right, read that one.
Sweet dreams. See you soon.
You got to describe it.
And that's definitely a demon under the bed.
Or something like dressed up to be scary that like it has some really bad makeup
It
on.
looks like, what was that singer's
Okay, but if you
name?
stepped out of bed and someone grabbed your leg, that would scare the shit out of me.
Right.
You get stomped.
So I'll tell y'all what.
I would kick you
Mother-
and
Boom.
scream for my dogs to attack you.
Yeah.
Exactly. So my oldest son Taylor, his thing that he was always afraid of. First of all, he can't stand mimes. He can't stand them. He's afraid of them. They freak him out. And then he's afraid. He always heard about, at some point at Christmas, there was somebody who was slashing your Achilles heels.
Isn't that
allegedly.
an urban legend? That's an urban
from-
legend.
okay,
I
but-
heard that when I was a kid.
And it's from underneath cars. And so
Urban
it scared him.
legend.
So he combined the
I just
two.
like grab my leg right now. No, it's fine. It's okay.
He combined the two of being like, a mom's going to be under a car. And so now, like, when he goes up to
Oh
the
my
car, he's like
gosh.
away from, I'm like, get your ankles up closer to the car.
He probably has his door where it automatically opens and he just dives in.
Oh, look at this cute one.
I mean,
Look at the dog, the big old dog. The little scared of the kittens. That
Yep.
one I thought was cute.
that is super cute.
You just never know what your fears are going to be. What, you want to read that one, Roger? Because I can't even see
Wait,
it.
okay, so this dog. Oh, he's got his
Oh, yeah, I remember this
paw.
one.
It says, I remember when Halloween was the scariest night of the year. This year is going to be election night.
Well, it's not this year. But
No,
I
that
thought
was
the
last
same-
I'm
assuming that was
but
from
next
last-
year, but I still
I'm
thought it
assuming
was
that's
funny.
like
I thought it
3
was
years ago.
funny.
That was
Yep.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This is this the last one?
That was a
No,
scary
we
night.
got a few more.
So, think the lights will save you? Only helps me to see better.
Yeah. And see, that didn't
Yeah.
scare me.
Not that scary.
I tried, you guys. Now, this
gotta
is
visually.
interesting. We're not going to be able to see it. Erica may have to tell us.
Yeah.
The United
th-
States of Scary Things, and you can Google this one, you guys, and it tells you
So,
breaks it down by state.
The
Somebody
scariest
just-
thing in the state.
Yeah.
All right,
the
I can
scariest
tell
thing
right
in
here it
Texas?
says killer bees in Texas. I've never seen freaking killer bees in
Killer
Texas.
bees.
Hurricanes in Florida.
Oh, and I did see Tennessee, where I'm from. It says the Bell Witch Cave. It's awesome. It's so much fun up there. I love that place.
What's Nevada's? That's where I was born. I can't see it though.
I'm not good.
Does that
with
say freaking
geography.
Knights? Heights?
Does that say falling
Oh
rocks?
my God! Let me get up.
Now you have to read them.
All right, so here we go. Oh, heights
You're scared of heights?
in Nevada, I guess.
Is
but
that-
if you're over there in New Mexico, wait.
No, you're
Wait, that's
wrong.
not
that's
that's
what I
not
want.
Nevada.
Gambling addiction. I'm sorry, gambling addiction.
Heights. I was like, that's like
I was
more
like,
than
I
one
need
word. What's
Oh,
happening?
so Nevada's the
Good.
scariest thing
Let's see.
is
New
gambling.
Mexico.
A gambling addiction. Okay, got
Yeah.
it.
Utah is Mormons.
Oh, how mean!
That's not nice.
Louisiana. I'm
nice.
sorry, Dakota, but it's floods. All y'all are scared about is deep water.
Which is scary because they do get a lot of floods.
Wait, Alabama,
Be careful what you read, because some of this may be not appropriate.
hillbillies.
Okay, well you can read that. You don't have a microphone on at all.
Well, you can repeat it then.
Oh,
Oh,
one of them
okay.
says Walmart.
What's it, Walmart?
So
Well,
Nevada
Georgia,
was
guess
well,
what it is in
Arkansas,
gambling
Georgia?
right?
addiction.
Yeah, Georgia, the devil. Because the devil went
Okay,
down to Georgia.
let's go.
Okay.
Georgia
All
is the
right.
devil.
That one's pretty fun. They have also one that is. Oh, this one freaks me.
Select one.
Yeah. It says nope, and that is me. With
Is it a centipede?
It's a sin.
It's a sin of spider.
It has a ton of legs.
A sin of spider.
So
Now, I try to love all creatures, but ooh,
What's wrong with that one?
it just
So a lot of people, I thought you were gonna have like a picture of like a tarantula or something, because yes, a ton of people hate tarantulas, and
Okay.
one of my friends has a few for pets, and so I don't know, like maybe a year ago I'd be like, ooh, no, I don't like them, but now I look at them, I'm like, oh,
yeah.
they're kind of cute, especially like little baby spiders, like or baby tarantulas, right? Like if you can hold them and stuff, like that's super cute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
unless
I don't
like,
know if I want one like just like
Crawling around.
chilling, crawling around my
Yeah.
house.
unless like
Yeah.
one like lays eggs in your.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Okay, but that's
What movie was that?
That was on a movie.
Oh yeah, It.
On It. I did.
It
It
too.
happened on It too.
oh the new one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the new
Yeah,
one.
that's
You're
right.
2 minutes.
But there's spiders like that, tarantulas
Okay,
all
what's
over
our
the place.
game?
Yep.
We have a
got 2
game.
minutes. We won't do readings tonight. Sorry, guys.
All right.
Here's our game.
Oh
You're gonna be with
Lord.
Roger.
Okay.
Oh wait. Do I get
We
a
only have
choice
2
in
minutes.
do I get a vote or choice of her being with me?
Move your microphone over and share it.
No time. All right.
All
There
right.
we go.
No choice.
Scary place or made up place. And You actually said 2 of them that I wrote down, so there's that. All right, so is this a real place? A highway in Bolivia, considered the death road, is 15,000 feet high and is only 12 foot wide, single lane. Each year, between 200 and 300 people die on this road.
Is the place real or the information real?
Is it real? Is the story
The
real?
whole thing.
Is it all?
Because I could see.
In Bolivia,
In Bolivia.
I'm going with yes.
I'm going with real. That
True.
is scary.
It is. It's called North Yungas Road in Bolivia.
I would never go on that.
Me either.
All right.
Chickens.
Heights do scare.
I don't want to die.
12
Heights
foot
are
wide.
scary.
Your gauge is, am I going to die or not?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
She's got a limit. It's 10 feet. 10 feet down.
Dead. All right, what's next?
A tiny Japanese village that homes more life-size dolls than humans, nearly 10 to 1. The doll maker makes a doll for each person that moves away or dies, and they are situated through town.
True.
God, I hope that's not real.
I think that one, it sounds so weird it could be real.
I don't think it's true because that would take a ton of time.
Yeah, I'm saying fake.
It's true. Nagaro, Japan.
Michelle takes the lead.
Ooh.
I'm
And
kidding.
there's some pictures.
I think
There's
there's a picture. that
There's
he showed.
pictures, yeah. That was there's a place in
Yeah.
Mexico with
Oh,
the
okay.
other babies, yeah.
I just went with true because that's what I thought he showed.
All right, well, I got to skip 2 of them because we already did those. Considered the Bermuda Triangle.
Why did you skip those? Because she'll probably still get them wrong.
Amityville Horror.
Considered the Bermuda Triangle of its country, this forest has earned its reputation for being the most ghostly on Earth. Visitors can expect headaches, rashes, scratches, burns, as well as the feeling of being watched.
True.
What causes that?
Where is it?
The Bermuda Triangle?
It's just considered the Bermuda Triangle
That's
of
false.
its country.
That's false.
false.
What country?
Erica totally made that up.
What country is it?
Erica
I didn't
totally
share
made-
that with you yet.
I know. What
It's
country
false.
is it?
It's true. It's Hoya Basiu Forest in Romania.
Yeah.
Ow.
Well,
I've heard of it before. That's why.
All right, I got 2 more.
good job.
Darn it.
The skeletons of 40,000 people were used to create this chapel beneath a cemetery church. The centerpiece is a giant chandelier which contains at least one of every bone in the human body, as well as bone pyramids and bone candelabras.
I've heard of something like that.
I just showed you a freaking picture.
Okay, true.
Yeah, true.
It is true. It's the Sedlick Ossuary.
I've heard of something
Well,
like
that was a
that
catacomb.
just a few minutes
I know,
ago.
but they had the churches there too.
Czech Republic, yeah. All right, last one. This island has been deemed the most haunted island in the world, originally a quarantine station for plague victims. In the 1920s, a disturbed doctor conducted experiments on helpless people and eventually committed suicide himself.
That's the Dr. Maru.
True.
No, false. Dr. Maru. The island of Dr. Maru.
So that's false? I don't know. False.
True. Poveglia Island in Italy.
Okay.
None of them are fake. They were all real.
Darn it.
You tricked us. See how I do that? I fall into that whole thing of the test taking.
How
Is
many?
it letter B or is it letter C? All right. So that's our time, right? Am I back on my mic or no? Okay. So that's our. I think I'm. Gonna
Holy
break
cow,
it
that
to
went by
song.
fast.
Yeah.
It always does. That was like me speaking. Man, when I spoke, God, I spoke it. I stood up. They got crystals at the, where were we? At the Addison Wellness thing.
Wellness Expo.
And they get their crystals. I sort of say some little, whatever, the thing I'm saying. And then Erica's in the
Whatever
back.
Whatever it is.
Erica's in the back. She goes, you have
Crystals
5 minutes. And I go,
How long had you been talking for?
well, we only have 25 minutes. And they
Oh,
came and
okay.
picked, like, they got a black tourmaline and then got to pick. And so I was trying to tell them, hurry up, I'm not going to have any time to talk. So it was a poorly planned.
Hurry up, Alex.
So the-
You're
so-
cutting out my talking
so-
time.
Y'all
the
hurry
time-
up and get your damn
So
crystals.
the
I'm
time
not
when
going
I
to have any
spoke,
time
it
to
might
talk.
have been better than the time you spoke. Okay.
You probably did a lot better.
Because I was like, this is how it is.
Erica goes, 5 minutes, and I went, what? Check your watch. You cannot be right. And then the other lady comes, she goes, you got 5 minutes? I was like, oh, just. And finally I go, because I was going to lead them through a meditation, and I go, okay, so you're just going to have to do the meditation at home.
Meditate
Like,
yourselves
you
among
just meditate
yourselves.
yourself right on out of here because I've totally messed this up. Well, Kate, thank you so much for coming on with us tonight.
Absolutely.
As
Yes,
always,
thank you.
It's a pleasure to see you.
Absolutely.
You look beautiful.
Thank you.
And we are happy. for you guys. And forevermore, we will remember forevermore.
In case you didn't know, he's been watching too.
Forevermore.
Has he been commenting all night?
Hi, Michael.
He's so sweet.
He's a good man.
Yeah.
I could not have gotten any luckier.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
yeah,
he's lucky too.
We're perfect.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
perfect for each other. So.
And he's a sweetie, and he is a Caruso forevermore now, according to Roger. All right,
According
so
to Roger and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Okay, I had to do it.
so you yeah, it's there. You go. I forgot about that.
I'm sorry.
Yes, bye, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. So you guys sign up for Kate's group, the Gray Witches. It's already obviously doing very well. It's growing like crazy. And I'm a member, and it's fun. And I've already broken a couple rules accidentally, and she'll let you know when you do. You know,
She even let me be a member.
yeah.
Don't
I
know
don't
why.
mean to break rules. I'll just go through and go, oh, and then they'll like, sorry, and I'm like, oh man, I forgot about that rule. You know how like different groups have different rules, but it's
Yep.
good that you enforce your rules because, you know, people can get crazy, especially me. All right, so
Yeah, Amityville Horror.
yeah,
That can't be this one,
Well,
right?
I mean, who would pick that? I mean, like everybody knows that one. That'd be the one everyone would know. All right, but Carla, that was really good.
Good job, Carla.
You were
good
just
job,
lucky.
Carla. Everybody knows it, but good job. All right, so that's it for this week. Thank you, Kate, for joining us.
Thank you guys so
tonight.
much.
And you can listen to SoulWhat on Spotify, the iHeart Radio app, Google Podcast, iTunes, and of course by watching live on YouTube at Michelle Soultopia and on Facebook at SoulWhat. You guys please join that group and like it. Subscribe to also Michelle at Soultopia. There's all kinds of videos on there. Instructional videos too, crystals, all kinds of stuff that are free for you to watch. And thank you for listening to SoulWhat, where we talk about things that matter to our souls, and you get to decide what matters to your souls. Thanks for joining us.